Here are the quote authors for this Someone Said game. Tecumseh was a Shawnee warrior in chief. He persuaded other Native American tribes to unite in a military alliance to preserve their homelands from American expansion. Future President William Harrison defeated their confederacy at the Battle of Tippecanoe. The War of 1812 gave the tribes a final chance for victory, but after Tecumseh was killed in battle, the alliance collapsed. Friedrich Nietzsche was a German philosopher. His controversial writings have been interpreted in different ways. Nietzsche's rejection of absolute truth in favor of relativism was adopted by anarchists. Although Nietzsche strongly rejected anti-Semitism, Nazi fascists would later embrace his ideal of the Übermensch, or superior man. Nietzsche is known for his statement, "God is dead," and for going insane. Christian Morgenstern was a German author and poet. He worked for a while as a journalist in Berlin, but spent much of his life traveling through Germany, Switzerland, and Italy in a vain attempt to recover from tuberculosis. Although he enjoyed little success during his lifetime, his poetry and collected writings eventually became immensely popular. Errol Flynn was an Australian who became a movie star during the golden age of Hollywood. Shortly after coming to America, he landed a starring role as the pirate Captain Blood. Flynn was a natural at playing action heroes like Robin Hood, General George Custer, and Gentleman Jim Corbett. Flynn lost his fortune attempting to produce a movie about the Swiss folk hero William Tell. Satchel Paige was a baseball pitcher who's remembered for his longevity in the game and for attracting record crowds wherever he pitched. In 1948, Paige became the seventh player from the Negro Leagues to join the major leagues and the first to pitch in the World Series. He became a star for his cocky confidence and outstanding control of pitches. He sometimes asked his infielders to sit down before striking out batters. Charles de Gaulle was the leader of the French resistance against Nazi Germany and the president of France from 1939 to 1969. De Gaulle often criticized his American and British allies. He pursued a policy of national independence during the Cold War and worked to restore relations with Germany. De Gaulle favored a Europe of sovereign nations and vetoed Britain's entry into the European Economic Community. Mignon McLaughlin was a journalist and author. She grew up in New York City and wrote short stories for Redbook, Cosmopolitan, and other women's magazines. In 1949, she wrote a Broadway play with her husband, Robert McLaughlin, who was an editor for Time magazine. She is best known for her Neurotics Notebook series, in which most of her popular quotes were published. Lee Iacocca was an automobile designer and executive. He is best known for the development of Ford Mustang in the early 1960s. Later, he developed the economical Pinto for Ford. Iacocca was recruited by the Chrysler Corporation when it was losing millions of dollars due to recalls in 1979. As the new CEO, he obtained a loan guarantee from Congress and produced a line of innovative and practical cars that turned the company around. Elizabeth Taylor was a British child actress who became an American movie star and celebrity. She starred in her first major movie when she was 12 years old. The commercial success of her later films culminated in her record-breaking $1 million contract to play Cleopatra. Liz then began an affair with her co-star Richard Burton that was discussed in gossip magazines for years. She had 7 husbands and a legendary collection of jewelry.